Hey everybody, Nemesis Bloodrike here, Lord of Shadows. Now, this is a weird video, and I'm only doing it because I don't have the motivation to do anything that requires any actual effort or, sense. So instead of doing anything intelligent, I'm going to do this. None of you know what Chain Chronicle is, huh? So, when thinking about my favorite games of all time, if someone were to just up and ask me in the street, I'd inevitably say, fuck off, I don't know you. But if it was a friend who just came up and asked me, I would probably say something like, oh, Final Fantasy X, Diablo 3 on PS4, or maybe even the Danganronpa series. Love all of them. But if I sit there and think about it for a moment, and I actually try to remember all my favorite characters and stuff, and the characters that really made a connection with me, in a video game that makes me really want to live in that world and be with these characters, I'm never going to come across the mobile game Chain Chronicle. Chain Chronicle was a masterfully written game, and I really think it was one of the best games I've ever played. Now, in terms of gameplay, it wasn't anything overly special. You move characters to fight characters, and then you beat the crap out of them with special skills, or you just sit there like an idiot, put auto on, and speed it up by times 4. Now, if you do that, and you notice my stupid stuttering there, because I'm talking really quickly without a script, like a fucking idiot, now if you're the people who does that, and just puts on auto and speed times 4, go slap yourself. Anyway, most importantly, I should say that the global version, aka the one that everyone else played outside of Japan because it was not in Japanese, has now been shut down. It's been shut down for almost a full year, and that pisses me off because I love that fucking game. In fact, if I'm to think about it logically, I'd say it is my favorite game of all time, simply because of the masterfully written characters and a little feature called Sense. I mean a little feature called Tales of. Not that one. See, the Tales of Bonds, Tales of Fortunes, Tales of Encounters, Tales of yada yada breadsticks are little features that allow you to get to know your characters better. Now, in most collector character games where you just get this card and you throw it at each other, you're not going to really get to know the character. For instance, Brave Frontier or Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Now, while those two games are indeed brave, they are also created by the same guys, Gumi. At least, I think they are. But their other creation, Chain Chronicle, was a little less brave and a little more intelligent. In Chain Chronicle, you can also get these random characters that really don't have any implement to the story. However, 3 little things can really make that different. The first one are the Tales of ones, of which I've talked about already. You get to look into a certain character and their motivations, their ideas, their personality, and all that stuff, and what they want to do with their lives. This allows you to get a better understanding of the characters, and I'm talking really fucking quickly. With this feature, characters that you really wouldn't see as being that interesting, like, Dusty, or Eddie, or Greg, your best question, your biggest question would be, Dusty, why are you wearing half of a sword store on your back? Or Eddie, why do you look dumb? But really, when you get to know the characters, you get to understand them a bit better, and you get to start to appreciate them and like them a bit more. You might need to turn the speed down to 0.75. Now, there are other things. There were side stories. Side stories give you a glance at certain characters you might not own yet, and they are very, very interesting, have their own little intriguing little plots that are just contained. Technically, you could also say there are event stories, but I don't count those because they are events. Then there are also chain stories. These are brilliant. Once you get a certain set of characters, you get to do a chain story, which includes those characters, and perhaps some other ones that are just not ones you own. Except in Japan, where you can get Shuza, Rafalgar, and all the other great characters that everyone always wanted. Set never came to global. Fuck. Okay, apart from Yoshitsugu, he came into global. Anyway, what's more important is, why do I bring this up now? That's not the most important thing. The most important thing is why you're watching this. Anyway, the big question some of you are asking is, why do I bring this up now? The game's been shut down since February. The global version of this. I'm not going to go play the Japanese version if I can't read Japanese. That's like a German person coming into an English-speaking school when no one understands German. Oh, wait. Now, when really thinking about it, there's no reason for me to make this video, is there? It's not like they just recently put out an anime movie. Oh my god. So I took a little gander at this anime movie, thinking, oh, it'll just be a retelling of the game. Sounds interesting. The anime looks the trailer looked freaking awesome. So I watched it. It was not what I expected. I loved it. Now, apart from the fact that there's no dub yet, and I do like dubs because it means I don't have to think and read, I enjoyed the sub. I can enjoy a good sub. I watched most of Danganronpa 3 in sub, and I thought that was perfectly fine. I love that anime. Anyway, looking at this logically, it's not a game that really It's not an anime that really... Not a game that really It's not an anime that really makes much sense unless you've played the game. Now, if you haven't played the game, you can still make something of it. It'll still be entertaining. You'll still enjoy it, I'm sure, if you're into this sort of thing. But when you're playing the game, you might realize that the anime actually starts at the end of the game, at what appears to be an alternate timeline in which Yuri, the main character, say hello, no, not that Yuri, if you think it's that Yuri, then I'm going to stab him in the throat with your solar plexus, of which is soon to be ripped out. Yuri in the game, ends up killing the Black King in two possible timelines, because there's one in the actual story mode, and there's one in the other main character, Fina's. Okay, not one, the other main character is Pirika. The other main character, Fina's chain story. Now, when you kill him, all goes well, except for his book that flies off. Flying books. That's what I'm into. Now, this anime takes a very interesting look at another ways Chain Chronicle could have gone on. Now, admittedly, Brave New Continent was a very fun, interesting, inventive new way to continue the story, and I loved it, until I got to the part which they didn't end up globalizing, and the plots ended for me before I could even learn that Fina had a sister. Thank you, TV tropes. When I watched the original Chain Chronicle anime, OVA anime, I thought it was alright. But when I look at it, critiquing it, or just with any sort of common sense at all, I find that that original anime is a giant stinking heaping pile of garbage. It is a humongous sack of Kimari Ronzo the size of Hedora. There is no point in watching it, unless you're a Chain Chronicle fan who doesn't play the Japanese version and wants to see those characters again. Aside from that, there's no real reason to watch it. It's disjointed, it makes no sense, and the only characters in any sort of similar development. And the only characters in any sort of development at all would be Velna and Katya. And while I love Velna and Katya to no end, look at that sword, look at those runes, look at those boobs. While as much as I love those characters, I wish there was a bit more focus on, say, Yuri, Fina, and Pirika, the main characters of the damn game. And perhaps even Kane, Mishidia, and Marina, who are also some of the main characters of the game. And the only ones, apart from Fina and Pirika and Yuri, and ones that you can't recruit until later on in the game, in events, they are the only ones that will appear in the story mode, because, I mean, they can't exactly add the ones that you have a chance of getting, because it's a chance to show up without even being in your army. In an anime, that's not really a problem, and that's something that the manga Chain Chronicle Crimson got away with spectacularly. I thought it was amazing. Apart from Kaz, I don't really care for him, but, well, this one has thank you, Yuri, which is a little bit better. Now, why do I bring this up? I hit the mic. Why do I bring this up? I had to scratch my nose. This one line screwed me over. It's not even a line. I don't have a script. Now, why do I bring this up? Why? I mean, if it's an anime you want to watch, you probably find it and you'll watch it. It's how the world works. Yes. If it's an anime you want to watch, then you'll find it and you'll watch it eventually. That's how the world works. But when it comes down to it, the reason I want to talk about this is because I love this movie, and when I first saw the announcement trailer, which looked awesome, by the way. I mean, I had no idea what the hell Yuri's big fireball thing, but apparently that's his dash blade, which in the game, if I can find footage, looks like this. And now it looks like this. Kind of a big difference, isn't it? At least it still shouts, which is fucking awesome. I fanboyed so hard at that, because that was just such a great thing. I mean, the original didn't have that. How could you not have the catchphrase of your main character in the original anime? I just blew out my mic. Now, I say now a lot. A couple thoughts went in my head when I first saw the trailer. The first thing was, what the hell is that big fiery thing? The second thing was, why does Yuri look kind of weird? The third thing was, holy shit. If this is popular enough in the West, or just outside of Japan, the global version could come back. And I thought, well, you know, I'll watch it, I'll support it, I'll talk about how much I love it on a YouTube video that less than 200 people will watch. Because Chain Chronicle is a good movie, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's just a fan of fantasy games. Or fantasy anime in this case, which is a bit more important because it's an anime, not a game right now. Blah. God, making videos without scripts is a bit harder than it seems. That's what she said. I want to make this video because if you guys really like my channel, and you want Depressed Nemesis Bloodreich to be Undepressed Nemesis Bloodreich, please, watch this anime. If you don't like it, that's fine, don't watch the sequels. But if you do, please, support Chain Chronicle, because this is a game, to be serious here, And this is why I didn't want to do it scripted, because this would just feel fake in my eyes if I didn't do this off the top of my head. Chain Chronicle is a game that helped take me out of depression, because for the first time ever, before anything else, nothing before had ever made me feel what Chain Chronicle did, which is connected to the characters in the game. I'm one of those realist people who thinks, why bother really getting invested in this character? Because he's fictional, there's no real point in it. But Chain Chronicle, oh, wow. It was the first game ever to make me want to live in the world of that game. Possibly even the first medium ever. Movie, anime, fucking cartoon, music, video. Chain Chronicle was the first thing that really made me want to live in that world, because it was such a well-made world. Everything was so beautifully done. The characters had so much personality. The designs, while occasionally that, were so good. In fact, some of my favorite characters in video games are from Chain Chronicle. Lefrit is awesome. Wayne, pretty cool. Vorg, badass. Textbook badass. He could fight Guts and beat the shit out of him. Maybe not quite, but he's a badass. Every character in this game, sans Eddie, I really liked. And you know what? Bring Eddie back. Because as much as I did not like his character, he developed in, 18 minutes of story. Of his own personal story. He developed a character, and you could see his growth. It did not feel rushed. It did not feel padded. It was a well-written character arc in the span of 18 minutes and a few battles in between. That is what Chain Chronicle managed to do. That is fucking stupid when I say it out loud, because it makes no sense, but it works. When the game was taken down, I actually became depressed myself, and I had very little reason to work on this channel as a result. Anything I would have uploaded around that time was pre-done. But really, Chain Chronicle is a game that no other game will ever be able to recreate what Chain Chronicle has done for me. While I might say, Fairy Tail, the first anime I watched, got me into anime, and yes, I recognize it's got a lot of flaws. It's overly fan-servicey, and a lot of people don't like it. Fair enough. It's not a good anime. I mean, I like it. I love it, in fact. But it's not a good anime. I wouldn't recommend it to the casual anime fan. You need to be in a certain mindset to enjoy Fairy Tail, like mine. That got me into anime. But would I consider it the best anime I've ever watched? Fuck no. If I was to do a top 10 anime without including my personal opinion on anime I like, and more just focusing on what I think is the best anime to watch, Fairy Tail would not even make it on that list. But Chain Chronicle, the first mobile game I really played that got me into mobile games, and is also the only mobile game I've ever played, apart from ones that are also on computer and Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, Chain Chronicle did something for me nothing will replicate. It is the best mobile game, and one of the best games ever that I've played. Final Fantasy X is probably my favorite game of all time, but even it and its characters that are so likable, it's so easy to like. Tidus and kinda Waka and Auron and Yuna and Lulu and maybe not quite him. It is so easy to like these characters. But Chain Chronicle blows it out of the water in terms of characters. Gameplay, not quite. Story, about the same level. But when Yuna got captured in that game and taken away, I wasn't awfully desperate to get her back. I wanted to get her back, yeah, but it didn't pump me up to just want to punch those guys in the face that took her. But when Fina was taken in Chain Chronicle, I was pissed, because I loved this character. The characters, Fina, Yuri, Pirika, so well done. And Yuri doesn't even talk for most of it. You get to choose what Yuri says, but it's so good. I seriously can't gush over this game anymore. Okay, I can, a lot. But the moral of the story is, Chain Chronicle has movies. And if you are my friend, you will go check it out. I highly recommend the anime movie. Now, if you don't like it, well, first of all, you're wrong, and you should go hang yourself. I'm joking, you should not do that, that would be horrible. If you don't like it, that's fair. It's your opinion. Have your opinion, like I have mine. A lot of people wouldn't agree with me. Chain Chronicle is the best game, or one of the best games of all time. But it's because it's a mobile game. But that's my opinion, and that's your opinion. They're different. But please, at least give it a try. It would really, really make me happy. To the, let's estimate, 64. I'm going for 64. It's a very, much higher than I ever think my videos viewers would get. I mean, I'm still shocked that pen versus pencil and fucking shredder versus shredder. Fucking pen versus pencil. That's some of my highest view videos, including my animation. My Ruby OC animation. Some of my most viewed videos. So, I'm gonna assume 64 people. I might have 200 plus subscribers, but virtually none of you watch my content anyway. You just watch one video, sub, and then just gonna continue ignoring my channel. Because that's what people do. It's not what I do, but that's what a lot of people do nowadays. So, please, check it out. Check out the anime. And if you like it, then I'll leave a link in the description to a petition that I signed as much as I could. It's kind of a computer thing, so I can't really sign it physically. A petition that I tried to help as best I can to bring back Chain Chronicle Global. Now, there is other things, and there's one more thing in this video that I should really address. Like I said, I've reached 200 subscribers. In fact, I have internet right now. I'm going to hop over, check my channel, the home, my channel, thank you. I'm going to see how many subscribers I'm on at this moment. At this moment of recording this, I am on 229 subscribers. That's kind of a biggish milestone, don't you think? I mean, who is subbed to me? I don't know who would subscribe to me, but, you know, a lot of people I don't know, but, hell, some subbed to me a day ago. One of them's got this badass image of Yang, but, yeah, all these people, these cool people are subbed to me. I mean, I can't be any happier, you know? How could anyone look at all these subs and just be unhappy? So, there are videos I'm planning to celebrate this. Some videos to celebrate the fucking offing of 2016, because fucking Carrie Fisher dies, and then her mother dies the next day? Fucking hell. But, you know, 2016, if it had a mascot, it would be the Christmas Pooh. Yeah, I don't know his actual name, but, yeah. He would be mascot 2016. So celebrating that fucking off, celebrating my subscriber break, which I'm gonna celebrate by, first off, showing my face. I will show my face eventually. I have anxiety and low self-esteem, so it might take a while for me to get around to doing that. Especially with the heat, I have to wear short clothes. I'm wearing a sleeveless, don't actually know what band this is because I can't see it. It doesn't actually belong to me. Death metal band. I'm a metalhead. I wear these short clothes. I don't want to wear that when I show up. It shows too much of my body. I don't like it. So I'm going to celebrate my 200 subscriber break by going back to the first video I've uploaded, which you should not watch because it's got the same quality as 2016. But it's a very poor video. But I'm going to kind of remake that. Not the same top 10 worst Godzilla monsters, but like top 10 stupidest kaiju. There are a huge amount of stupid kaiju. That's what I'm going to be doing. So, I will be doing that to celebrate the 200 subscriber break, but fucking voice break. But because I'm also celebrating, I believe, my 3-year anniversary recently. I can open a video up right now. I'm going to do that. I'll turn the sound off so nothing comes through. 4 dislikes. No music, couldn't add any. Why did I disable the comments? I don't know. December 15th, 2013. My 3-year anniversary. Pretty soon. I will also celebrate that with, obviously, exactly the opposite of what I did for my first video. By not being anything like that. Still being a top 10, though. The Huan and I, who will also be showing his real face, have done a top 10 How Death Battle Should Have Been episodes. Because that was like the first series I did that meant anything to anyone. people watched it and enjoyed it, not counting those douche nozzles in Joker vs. Sweet Tooth, who instead of sharing their opinion with any sort of kindness or helpful, supportive, good criticism that I could have used to make my channel better, just decided to be a couple of fucking douchebags. I hope you burn it. So, ignoring that, I feel that with all I've done, I need to celebrate it. And I'm going to the top 10 How Deathmatch Should Have Been episodes, because that was the first thing that ever got anywhere, specifically Dante vs. Bayonetta. With, I don't know, last time I checked, I had like 7 dislikes and 7 likes. I have no fucking clue what it's on now. But let me just pop on over and take a look. 16 likes and 13. Okay, so I can... There's so many nice comments, but, yeah. So that's what I'm planning to do. This video's gone on for far too long. Have a nice day. All that. Happy New Year, I don't know. Pumpkins! Oh, and this is Nemesis Bloodback signing off again, just in case you didn't know. Bye! Apple!